80,000 Lao people have joined village banks established by GIZ in Lao PDR. Since 2009, they have saved more than $8 million. In December 2015, LADLF and GIZ conducted a study to look at how joining a village bank affected people's lives. Evaluators spoke to 281 village bank members in the southern provinces of Savannakhet, Sepon and Champasak of Laos. What is a village bank? The village banks were established in 2009 with support from Germany, Australia and the mining company MMG Sepon. They are set up to be owned and managed by the villagers and provide saving accounts and loans for members. Anyone from the village can join, but then must make a regular savings contribution. The village bank is run by a committee that is elected from among members. 29% of all village bank committee members are women. At the annual general meeting, the members collectively decide on rules such as collateral requirements and interest rates. Earnings from interest charged on the loans is passed on as dividends to members based on their savings. Currently, there are 501 village banks in 21 districts of 6 provinces in Laos. The village banks are supported by 7 service organizations. So, what did the LADLF study find about what village bank members are doing differently now since before they joined the village bank? Before they joined the village bank, many respondents kept their cash at home and risked it getting lost or stolen. So many villagers were happy to put their savings in the village bank once it opened. The village bank provides a safe and convenient place for them to keep savings.
อยากถอนเงินไว้กับธนาคารบ้านเพื่อความปลอดภัยและความสะดวกสบายอยู่ใกล้บ้านเวลาฉุกเฉินก็ไปเอาได้ว่องไวผลในละปีจะถึงปีละปันผล
At an average of 10 to 15% per year, the return on savings is competitive. The financial return received on their savings motivates members to save. The majority of village bank members are rice farmers. Most of the rice they grow is for the family to eat, and sometimes they sell it when they need money. They do not record revenue or expenditure, they just spend money as they need to. Since joining the village bank, members have started to keep track of their finances. Many members participate actively in village bank meetings, and they compete with each other to grow their savings accounts. They end up saving more and spending less. The women play an active role. The study found that 42% of the women kept the account book for their household. Before joining a village bank, most villagers accessed loans from moneylenders at high interest rates or from family and friends who often didn't have enough cash to meet credit needs. Once the village bank was established, respondents were happy to borrow from it because they found it convenient and accessible. Unlike commercial banks, which are only in the district town centres, the village banks are located in the village and are accessed through monthly village bank meetings. Borrowers do not have to submit a lot of paperwork and can use simple assets like livestock or motorbikes as collateral. Village banks also provide loans for emergencies such as medical treatment. Emergency loans can be accessed at any time, not just at the monthly meeting.
กู้เงินเพื่อว่าการธนาคารบ้านแบบว่าดอกทุนมันต่ำแบบว่าดอกเบี้ยมันต่ำแล้วก็กู้ก็ง่ายจึงได้ยืมเงินตัวนี้ไป
Members who borrow money from the village bank use it to pay for medical treatment, daily expenses, their children's education, agricultural production, and investment in business. Members also borrowed to pay for labor to help with plowing or weeding and to buy goods to resell at the market. This helps them to grow their business and increase their family income.
ผ่านมาห้าก็ยืมเทื่อเดียวนี้แล้วมีจำนวน15ล้านกีบพอยืมเงินไปเทื่อยืมเงินเพื่อสิบุกเบิกสวนกล้วยเพราะว่าเมืองเซโปนนี่ราคาของ กล้วยนี่มีราคาหลายทางเวียดนามมาซื้อ
In a country where many village funds have negative equity or have ceased operations, the support from the service organizations is a real asset. It helps the village banks to be reliable and have strong management systems in a way that members can see. GIZ is working towards helping those support organizations to be self-sustaining. 3 out of 7 of them are already self-sufficient. What challenges are faced by the village banks? With any bank, there is a chance that people borrow more than they can afford. The study found little evidence of over-indebtedness among village bank members. 87% of borrowers had successfully repaid at least one loan, and the portfolio at risk rate among the village banks is below the international benchmark of 5%. The training of the Village Bank Committee by GIZ and oversight from the service organizations may help to ensure that members' borrowing behavior is sustainable. Because the loans are provided from member savings, the village banks need time to accumulate sufficient funds to make available as loans.
At our village bank, members cannot get big enough loans to suit their business needs, and not everyone can get loans because we don't have enough funds yet.
The AFP program does have a system of wholesale loans where the service organizations on-lend funds from village banks with excess liquidity to village banks needing additional capital. But these loans are capped to ensure that the funds do not grow faster than the village's ability to manage them, so the opportunity for new village banks to scale rapidly is modest. The poorest of the poor are not always able to make regular monthly savings. While very poor people can join the village bank, they are excluded from taking loans until they have the capacity to repay. The village bank is most beneficial for the middle poor or the near poor. The poorest of the poor need other forms of support, such as asset or cash transfers. The LADLF study found that the village bank supported by Australia and GIZ help members improve their confidence about the future and build their livelihoods. The village banks are a replicable and scalable model for providing access to finance to poorer rural people in Laos.